Winner's Edge Chiropractic Success Case Study. Now, normally we would be in the Boston area, but we've got a gentleman here that's not in the Boston area. We'll let him tell us where he is in just a few minutes here. This is Derrick Pallis, DC. Derrick, where are you right now? But then tell us where your practice is. Let's start that way.
I'm currently in Honolulu on a little family vacation with my future in-laws, all 9 of them right now. And I practice in Walpole, Massachusetts, which is a town over from Medfield, Massachusetts, where I grew up.
Wow. How far is that from, say, the Boston airport?
Boston Airport, without traffic, about 40 minutes.
Okay.
With traffic, hour and a half sometimes. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're getting some coordinates. Now, by the way, we just have to ask, not that we need to see here, but is there anything cool out the window?
Big time.
You see water?
Water doesn't stop. It just keeps going and going.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's so great to get a nice little break and come back into the office fresh.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Where'd you go to chiropractic school?
Life University in Atlanta, Georgia.
You went to Life. Now, you could have gone anywhere. How'd you end up at Life?
I ended up at Life because my parents' guidance. They were Logan graduates, but
Really?
by the time I decided to go to chiropractic school, they did not want us going to Life. Going to Logan because they said they were getting a little too white coaty over there. And my father has connections with Guy Reekman, and he wanted us under that kind of influence, which I'm very glad.
So awesome. When'd you graduate?
2019, end of the year.
Graduates 2019. Okay. Now, how did we meet?
We met, I got the orange startup book. I saw that at school, picked one of those up, never actually read it until my brother-in-law and sister started coaching with you, Christy and Cliff Taylor, and read that book. And it was very easy decision to sign up with you. And looking back on the turmoil that I hit in 2020 and everything like that, I'm very glad to have you in my
gosh, yeah. So somewhere around Life, we've had people get these books and they just leave a stack of them somewhere, right? Is that what you're saying? And there's a stack of books
right next to the microwave.
There's by the infamous microwave. I don't know where the microwave is, but I want to always make sure that the microwave is fully stocked with books. So you picked up a book, and they don't mind if you leave them there?
I guess not.
I guess not. It's okay, right?
Yeah, it was stacks of books.
The book, and it just kind of hung out there. Even though I try to make the title and the pictures and pictures and colors as inviting as I can, it sits there. But then you talk, to your sister and your sister's husband, who's also a chiropractor. And then what happened? Did we get on a phone call or something?
We jumped on a phone call, you and I, and I basically was like, run the card right away because everything you were putting out there, I was picking up.
Yeah, and but you hadn't opened yet.
No.
You were Startup DC. So he joins as a Startup DC under our startup program, okay?
Yep.
And then you're getting the space, and then you're trying to find the cheap deal on the carpet, right? How much total money did you start your practice with?
Total money used, probably
total
about
money borrowed and all that kind of stuff.
50,000.
Yeah, he did it with no money, right, Derrick?
Yes. Yeah. I got my startup loan once my office was open, because that was the only way to get a startup loan was to have an office that was open. And I had money, but I started with like this.
Yeah, it's wild. They wouldn't give him any real money until they had the office open. Now, there's a unique thing here that some of you are thinking. His parents are chiropractors. They've made a lot of good decisions. They're doing okay.
Yes.
Sister's a chiropractor. Sister's hubby is a chiropractor. Why didn't parents just say, son, where do you want your new office, and just write you a check?
Well, I kind of blew that by my father asking about his office because they had a physical office location, but he still said he wanted me to do my own thing. And looking back on my short, only 3-year journey right now, I am very, very pleased that he did not just give me a handout, because I know I wouldn't be working as hard as I do now.
Yeah. It's the opposite. This is going to hurt me a lot more than it's going to hurt you. You get spanked as a kid, let's say, if you screw up. But this is like the opposite, okay?
Yeah.
Just imagine having parents have the capability But to tell your own kid, no, go figure it out.
And I was living with them at the time, so they could see my kind of emotional roller coaster I was on, and they had the opportunity to kind of stop that, but
Oh,
they made
that's
me
incredible.
press through, grind.
It's one of the
And
best examples that I'm aware of, and there's many of them, one of the best examples of parenting ever in Winter's Edge history, to say, figure it out. And it
yes,
forced you to have that self-reliance and that
yes.
attack.
Oh
And it
yeah.
certainly worked. Okay, so you joined right away, and we started in with the learning and the videos and the reading and all this and that, the systems, as much as you could get the layout. How many square feet did you start with?
Just about 1,000.
About 1,000 square feet. And then with the power of this, okay,
One
now
month
how
in,
many square feet do you have?
2,000.
Yeah, he literally got whoever was next door to get lost so he could punch a hole in the wall and take the 2,000. And now you're good for like maybe forever.
Yeah,
You're really
I'm
in good shape.
comfortable with the
Yeah,
space.
you're really in
Yes.
good shape. Lots of room to grow into now because the double-sized office has only been open for how long now?
About 3 months operational. Yeah.
90 days. Yeah, so you're really starting to get some good momentum. Okay,
Cranky.
so when we joined, your volume was zero and your collections were zero and you had nothing but debt, right?
Yes.
Didn't know anything about saving money, hadn't even probably crossed your mind, right? What were some of your biggest stresses then in the beginning?
It was a lot of it was finances, but another was just, are people going to come to me? Am
Yeah.
I going to be able to get new patients? Is how hard is this going to be? Because I went through a lot of that during one of my internship kind of residency or whatever they call it, where I went out and hit the streets and just faced rejection after rejection after rejection. But
Yeah.
again,
Wow.
looking back, other students weren't doing that. They were just kind of going through the motion. And I actually was getting paid by my doc because I was bringing him so much action, because I
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
card. They were my Life University cards. I scribbled
Oh,
out Life University and put Warner Family Chiropractic on
oh
it.
my
And
gosh.
I like to say I helped him retire early because he's retired.
Oh, that's great. So look what we got here. He gets out and just knows he's going to have to hit the streets. You're nervous, you're scared. Plus, you know, you got these successful chiropractor parents,
Yep.
you don't want to embarrass yourself, and all of those things are going on. You got the sister who's a chiropractor, sister's husband, other sister is a chiropractor, and her husband. So you got
Yes.
two chiropractors here, two. And now, are there any other chiropractors in the lineage here?
Not in the immediate family.
Okay, so we got six. You're surrounded
Seven.
by seven.
Both parents.
Yeah, both parents. So two, Cliff and Christy.
Oh,
Mark,
well, six
Randy,
around me.
and you're
Seven
the
including
seventh.
me.
Seven BCs. Imagine what they talk about when they're all together,
My
right?
fiance says we speak a different language at the table.
You do. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh, great. Okay, so now you've been open, you're cruising along. What are some of your best now that you finally got out of the 1,000 square feet? Best visits in a week?
Best visits in the week was just slightly over 250 visits, 253.
Yeah.
Best collections for a month is 61,000.
61. Beautiful. And all ramping this way now that you got room, that you can
Big time.
expand and add those services and upgrade. Okay, what's happening in the world of how you're handling any debt now?
Well, with my student loans, I cut those 25% last year, 75,000 paid into those, while also saving a considerable amount for a down payment for a house, because we're going against the grain a little bit with the flow of buying a house. But to be able to, it was about $150,000 kind of towards debt or saved up for a down payment this last year.
So, but you cleaned up some debt, right, that you had from starting out. You got that cleaned up. Now you got student loan and house, and he's doing a hybrid. Okay. Yes. Okay. If someone's single and all that, sure, you can pay your student loans off and then worry about the house. But he's got these things happening in his personal world, so he can attack the student loans and build up to get into a decent house. Okay.
Yep.
And you're
While
using
saving every week still.
all the Winner's Edgy system stuff for that. Yes. Say yes.
Yes.
Using all the Winner's Edge stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know a lot more about money and investing now than you did when you started?
Big time. Big time. We've done
amazing, isn't it? All of our videos, the trainings, and the
3 money zooms, two and a half, I'll call it, with the money zooms for you and I. So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
big time.
Oh, all of that. Yeah. Okay. So you're pretty excited about the future, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oof. Yeah. When you're stomping on the gas and you've got nothing but bare pavement in front of you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can
It's
go around
wide
the
open.
race. We can go around the racetrack pretty fast. Okay. Let's do this. How is Winter's Edge different from any other groups you've seen in school or that friends are in or anything like that? What makes us different and unique? Because we are very different and we're very unique.
I would say from my perspective, having only been in this group, is the actual community that is built, and I've never really felt any kind of clickiness within the group,
Yeah,
which
we don't like
I
clickiness.
and I think of anything in life having that kind of clickiness, whether it's a golf course or a school or a coaching group,
Or even on the
everywhere
hockey
kind of
team,
has
right?
that. Hockey teams, exactly.
Yeah,
And as I've grown through this group, it's just everyone feels like we're all on a kind of a level playing field. There's the
yeah.
big dogs and the new starting doctors, but everyone's there trying to all rise
It is.
together.
It is
And
one uniform group, and yeah, there's different levels of success and all of that. But you're
and
exactly
there's
right. We don't like splintering or what's called a schism. You know what I mean? And we
yes,
move together as a machine, and we have a lot of clarity with that. And it's very comforting because then you enjoy the events. Okay, you walk in, you're a VIP, everybody else is a VIP, and it makes it great.
yep.
Wow. How about this? What are some of your favorite parts of the of what you get for the money you pay, as far as the program itself, what you get for
Okay.
the money? What are some of the things you've liked
Ooh.
the most?
The videos for me back in 2020, when I didn't
Okay.
have an office to open, were incredible, because I
Yeah.
just I still haven't gotten through all the videos,
Yeah.
and I had a year free.
Yeah.
The videos, but the audio sets are also incredible,
Yeah.
and the weekly, bi-weekly mailings that we get
Yeah.
are also just, I got the stack of them, and I just slowly return back and forth to those, because
Yeah.
they're all filled with gold.
Yeah,
It's
we're not attacking you with a bunch of stuff to the point where you just start deleting it. Okay.
no,
You don't get a
nope,
ton of emails. Okay. You know when the events are, there's some Zoom stuff, the
yep,
live stuff. It's just kind of the right amount. You don't get saturated with it. Keeps it fresh, keeps it exciting. What he's saying there is he had quite a bit of time before he opened to really study, like about a year there. Okay.
yes,
But we're up to about 900 videos, approaching 1,000. Okay, on
yeah,
everything we can think of that's relevant. And if Derrick wanted us to make another video on anything, we would make one. Because if he
yeah,
wants one, we're sure other people would. Because videos are instant, you can kick back, and I'm sure you've kicked back many a time in a pair of shorts, okay,
yep.
and watched videos, okay, and learned, okay, let alone the events and everything else. All right, very, very good. Why would you say that like all graduating chiropractors should be in the Winner's Edge group for at least a good period of time?
Uh, yeah, because I think it was 3 years on that sheet, and I would say 5 years minimum, because
Oh yeah, I know. It really,
I'm
and even
I'm
after 5 years,
three,
do you
four-ish
think you
years
know
in.
anything yet?
No,
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 no. In fact, I just
it's
got 20 years in practice. I'm just getting started to figure out how to get good. But right, how we doing with business skills coming out of school?
I I wouldn't have known where to start.
No.
Uh,
Or how do you
this,
pay off debt? How do you save? How do you invest?
yeah,
How about treatment time?
no clue, or
Never
just
hear about that, but
a
everything's
single
hanging on that.
script, the
And you've
five
made big,
plays. We didn't learn any of that in school.
yeah,
It's
yeah. Yeah, we just feel that every chiropractor should be in the group for a period of time just for sheer survival. Okay, let alone
yes,
if you really want to go to the top of the mountain like you do. Okay, and you're climbing up there as fast as anybody. All right, fantastic. It's pretty hard to quantify what you've received in return from what you've paid, but when you look over time with what you'll have with investments and the practice value and the satisfaction, there's a is the return big for the money
huge.
you laid out?
Huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think of some groups and their rates and things like that, and as you go through it, it keeps going like this, because you start growing as a performer. But for us,
yeah.
it actually feels like it kind of goes the opposite way, and
Yes,
it
exactly. You get rewarded.
stays
You,
fixed, and just, yeah, any opportunity I have to buy something with the group, I know it's going to return,
yeah,
as you say, tenfold, and that
yeah.
tenfold is probably seen within a couple of years. I don't know what it's going to do in 40.
Oh my
So.
gosh. Okay, so you hear, ladies and gentlemen, we've kind of indicated something about this chiropractic family here. So just kind of describe the members of your family who are in chiropractic, where they are, and kind of what their situation. So just fill us in on the family
Okay,
tree of
family
chiropractic
tree.
awesomeness that you're in. So just kind of
Yeah,
just share that with everybody. And it's interesting and fun for me to hear it again too.
So starts with my parents. They met at Logan University in St. Louis, opened the practice together in Massachusetts, and
Now, were they
my
from there? Your parents, were they around there?
my
Why'd they end
my
up back
my
in
mom's
Mass?
from Michigan, my dad's from Massachusetts. So they actually opened up in my father's hometown for their first office. Long story short, a hospital actually flooded them out of their original office to get rid of them. And full circle, this hospital flooded. This hospital's closed. It flooded like 2 or 3 years ago, and we all kind of laughed at each other as a family because they tried to get them out of the building that they had bought. So they bought a building and had a practice for about like 35, 40 years, seeing just general public. My mother stepped away. I won't date her because I'll date Christy. But when my older sister was born, my mom stepped away from practice and my dad took the reins.
Yeah.
And then my father took over after coaching with the Renaissance group. Dr.
That's
Joe
right.
Felicia was his mentor and
Joe
coach.
Felicia. Now, most of you won't recognize, but he's one of the gray-haired legends. Joe
Yep.
Felicia and Sigafus and Sid Williams, and just an incredible, I mean, dedicated powerhouse communicator, supercharger. You know,
Yes.
um,
Passion.
oh my gosh, and his voice. Oh, I can hear it because I've got I've got like 12 audio cassettes from him that I've
Yeah.
been listening to. You know,
Nice.
chiropractic warriors.
Yes.
That's how he
Yep.
talks, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so there's your dad, but then somehow we got some kids, and who goes to chiropractic college first, and they ended up with a chiropractor. So what happened there with the siblings?
So Randy, my youngest sister, Randy, made the decision to go to chiropractic school first. She wasn't even finished with undergrad, and she went over to Life University, finished undergrad while starting the DC
Yeah,
program, and I want to say graduated as a doctor at like 25,
yeah,
26 years old, and she met her husband Mark
yeah,
while in school.
yeah,
Christy, on the other hand, decided like 3 months after Randy, so they overlapped for most of their chiropractic school career, and
yeah,
Christy went into school with her husband Cliff, who
yeah,
Cliff during his Coast Guard time had a pretty big head injury where he fell in the shower and he couldn't fly, so he wasn't up in the helicopters, kind of getting depressed with the heal time and everything. So finally, my sister was like, "The heck, go see my dad,"
uh-huh,
and he got some help from my father, and that opened up his eyes to what kind of chiropractic was. Because
yeah,
I imagine before then he had really zero kind of clue of
yeah, yeah.
the
He didn't know.
reach.
He got into him. He married the
Yeah,
chiropractic family extraordinaire. So we got Mark and Randy, and they end up going where to practice?
they're up in New Hampshire.
Yeah, they're in
Uh,
Exeter, New Hampshire. About how far is that from your office?
about an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half. And then you got
Yep.
Cliff and Christy. They open up an office about how far from your office?
20 minutes. I got patients that are seeing them this week because my
So you,
services aren't there.
yeah, so you got Cliff and Christy. Then you got Derrick's office. You got Mark and
Yep.
Randy. And then, of course, your parents are kind of there, sort of in the shadows, but not really in the shadows, overseeing and really enjoying all of the chiropractic awesomeness that's happening.
Uh,
Because
yeah,
everybody here, right? Cliff, Christy, you, Mark, Randy are all in Winter's Edge, all growing, all expanding, all reaching new heights, and having a
yes,
lot of fun growing as a family in a very unique way, and as a team with the big Winter's Edge team. It's just an incredible chiropractic story.
it is. It's really fun for us.
Yeah,
Like it's just the way that we
yeah,
grew up as kids, just a little bit
yeah,
different, healthier.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. You don't know any different, right?
no,
Yeah,
it's just it's a chiropractic lifestyle. Like I joke when I snapped my arm and bone was nearly sticking out of my skin. I asked my dad for an adjustment. He was like, we got to go to the hospital for this one, son. But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just like, and we used to make fun of each other growing up. Like if someone caught the cold or caught a flu, whatever it was, we'd call them sickly and we'd
yeah,
make fun of them
yeah.
because like,
Unbelievable. Now look what's
so
happening with Derrick here. Derrick's in the process, at least the recording of this video, he's going to be getting married. And
yes.
okay, she has to know what she's in for. When she signs up to marry you, she's signing up for the mission, right?
Oh yeah, she loves it. She
Yeah,
loves it.
yeah,
And I've actually been working with a little bit of like the marketing side of things and everything for her real
yeah.
estate ventures.
Right, right.
So
Yeah, because if she can apply some of your attack with what she's doing and goal setting and all that,
big time, the
you know
goals,
it's going to work.
orange
Because
cards and everything like that. So
yeah,
oh yeah,
success principles apply everywhere.
yes,
Yeah, yeah, that's great for her to be at a seminar and get her own goals down that are personal for her. That's one thing
Yeah,
that's
she'll
great
be.
about the seminars is anybody can show up a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, and get your own goal set and have it apply and be valuable for you versus just,
Yes.
oh, Derek's going to this chiropractor thing and I'm going to do whatever over the weekend. She can go, good places to eat, fun, keep it compact, right? The
Oh yeah,
the
she's
Winter's
had
Edge
fun.
events
Yeah.
are so good.
Yep.
Okay, here we are. Next. Do you have any interesting, unique, memorable Tory stories? Anything I said to you, called you out on? Something you'd heard that you remember, or that lit a fire, or that pointed you in the right direction, or that saved you? Anything along those lines that you can recall?
There have been a lot of I've thorough like I actually like criticism. I have thick skin. I can be told that I'm doing something wrong. So there have been instances where you've kind of laid the hammer on me a bit, which like it makes me better. I don't kind of coil up and get
Yeah,
scared when someone
yeah,
tells
yeah,
me I'm
yeah,
doing something wrong. And
yeah,
even thinking of some of the boot camps and things like that, where you just kind of lay the hammer a little more stern, and that's what I needed to hear. I
yeah.
don't need pats on the back the whole way
No,
through. I want
yeah,
to
that's
be
not going to do any
told,
good.
told I'm doing something wrong and how to correct it.
Yeah,
I also have some unique ones and funnier memories, and it goes back to some of the videos. And given that like my whole family's in the video, we kind of sometimes watch the videos and be like, "Oh, you got to go watch this video, Dr. Tory." Just little funny things. My favorite was you sneezed during a video and you looked around and you said, "Someone have a cat? Must be a cat." And it's kind of a family little joke. Whenever someone sneezes, we kind of look around. We go, "Someone have a cat?" And I uh, I also love the Girl Scout video cookie that you made,
oh yeah,
where you just literally march outside to the dumpster and throw talking about how to like just you actually got to stop something and
yeah.
throw it out, get rid of it, and
Yeah, like
I
I'll buy
understood the
all of
video.
the Girl Scout cookies from the girl and I'll give them away or I'll just throw them away because I want to, because you can't have one of those mints. You're going to eat the whole tube.
Oh,
Okay.
I got
So
them
you
for
just,
Christmas from
yeah.
my mother-in-law, and it was gone before I left the house.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like we say,
So
it's bad for me, no, good for me and bad for the garbage if you throw them in the garbage. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yep.
Oh, that's really, really fun. And that's true. But the only time I ever sneeze is if there's a cat around. That's just really funny. Oh, that's fantastic. So we see here, we've got a great example here with Dr. Derrick of a person who's cruising along and makes the decision to become a chiropractor, hockey player, family is in
Yes,
chiropractic, and then decides to join with us and start a practice from basically nothing with very little money and get out there and do it on sheer grit and determination and communication skill and care and saying,
yes,
get in here and I'm going to help you with some chiropractic awesomeness and then be able to go and now get the systems in place and start to flourish and start to feel some affluence. And then, of course, it'll be the house and all these other things that are going to be so cool in your future. Okay,
yeah.
anything else you want to share for the good of the case study that we have recording here?
No, I just thinking about starting before I opened the practice and the kind of how scary that was for me and the doubts that I had, but to have Dr. Tory and have all of the Winter's Edge members kind of
Yeah,
behind you, supporting you,
yeah, yeah,
it works.
yeah.
And
You're basically invincible.
it was hard work, but at the same time, I would never call it like super stressful work in the
No,
sense that it bogged you down or anything like that. Like if you truly enjoy chiropractic and helping people and you put these systems into play, you
yeah.
are just sky is the limit, and it's what you put in that you're going to get out. And
Oh, yeah. It's just a matter of
so,
getting out there and doing it, having the courage to have your own office, which is what we always recommend. Okay. And
yep,
Derek's a prime example saying, hey, I'm going to have my own office. And even if I don't have a ton of money, I'm going to figure out a way to get this thing open and get people in and get started. And now look at what you've got. Just imagine if you would have worked someplace else and you still have had yet to start
oh,
compared
no,
to what you already have. You just got to bite the
yep,
bullet and get out there and do it. And when you connect with us, it's one of the best compliments I ever got from a guy who joined, just like Derek, very similar. And he said this, when I joined with Tory, all my worries went away.
yep,
And it's not because I'm so great. It's because the group is great. The material is great. Written material, audio
yes,
material, video material, um, um, live events, Zoom events, the interaction with it. It's all of what comes along with it, the intention, the
yes,
systems, the procedures, and all of that. but the love and the care, the concern, the integrity,
It-
and of course the compassion for chiropractic.
And just in the 4 or so years coaching with you, I've seen how you do change, and the foundation and the systems and everything, like, they do stay very solid, very similar, but times are changing, like the Zoom and the video and everything like that. Like, you stay very, very current, if not kind of ahead of the trends. And
we have to be ahead of the game. But what he's referring to here is he's seen videos that are 12 years old, talking about paper. But I keep those videos in there, and you'll see what's happening there versus what's happening now. And the chiropractic foundation really doesn't change. People have to come in, have appointments, follow up, payment arrangements, whatnot. But again, being sharp on the model of the office, the flow, how money's got to be handled, some insurance details, sharp with Medicare, PI, all of that stuff has to stay sharp. And my goal, again, is nobody outgrows the group. I'm ahead of everybody because I personally see to it that I am, okay? Because that's like the major priority for me. And so there's always room to grow. I punch the hole through the mountain, and the whole winner's edge thing comes behind me in the big opening that I've made. And I'm ahead, staying fresh and staying current, so people like Derrick can continue to climb to the top of the chiropractic mountain. Anything else you want to share?
No, I think that's it.
That's great stuff. So where's he headed? 300 plus visits a week, 70, $80 million plus a year, and then we'll continue to grow from there. The beautiful house, we'll continue on our investing and accelerating all that to start to generate that passive income and increase those assets. And he will be another multi-millionaire DC that started here from scratch. Thanks, Derrick. Talk soon, man. Great job. Have a great time. Awesome. Take lots of pictures out there because those are incredible memories that you're going to have forever because you see photographs and videos. Great job. Later.
Thanks, Dr. Tory.
Okay.